All right, fam. The Vegas Eagles back. It's a little bit of a hiatus. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you guys after week one. It's been a rough go, obviously. The start of the season, we're a bagel and two, and it's been ugly. We lose at the Racists. We lose to the Rams at home in the home opener. Both I had wins, obviously, in my season predictions. It hasn't been good. The Vultures are swirling. But I'm here to tell you to ignore the Vultures because too many times in the past, people write us off. But we're the Eagles. We always come back. So I'm going to give you some examples of why you should keep hope. All right? So, ironically, if you look back at 2003, which obviously is 17 years ago, but it's back when McNabb was with the Eagles, and the Eagles had just opened Lincoln Financial Field. It's this first year of existence. We lose at home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Monday night opener to open the stadium 17-0. Then we lose at home to those disgusting cheaters from New England, and we lose 31-10. So we're 0-2, having been blown out in the first two games at home. People were writing the Eagles completely off. McNabb had been terrible, worse than Carson Wentz has been for the first two games, and Carson Wentz has been admittedly bad. But the Eagles turned it around. They finished 12-4. And they went to the NFC Championship game that season. So that's just an example of we can't just give up and listen to WIP and Negadelphia and all these morons on the Fox and ESPN NFL post-game, pre-game shows. And one thing that I'll note living in the West is that the NFL pre-game shows start at 9 in the morning. And actually even earlier than that for ESPN's pregame show. But the Fox pregame show comes on at 9 a.m. And I'm so glad that I never have to watch a single minute of these pregame shows because I just wake up by 10 a.m. kickoff. Because they have descended into such mindless nonsense. And it's just full of hot takes that the people don't even believe. They just scream and yell and laugh over each other. It is a disgrace to all of our brains. So don't listen to them. Don't listen to WIP if you're in Philadelphia. It's all Negadelphia all the time. They're writing us off. I'm here to tell you it's far, far from over. We're one game out of first. The Cowboys should be 0-2, but the Falcons really choked that game away. And I'm still not sold on the Cowboys at all. Don't forget, the Cowboys are at Seattle on Sunday. We have the lowly Cincinnati Bengals at home. Now, if we lose Sunday and we're 0-3, I understand the Vultures would be swirling at that point. 0-3 is a really tough hole to come out of. But we're 0-2. We're one game out of first. I have a feeling we're going to be tied for first place after all this come Sunday night. So I'm just here to tell you, don't lose hope. Remember, even as recently as the last 2 years, remember when Carson Wentz goes down in 2017 and everybody writes us off? Obviously, you know the story. We won the Super Bowl. Then the next year when Carson Wentz went out again, Nick Foles and the Eagles go to L.A., we were, I believe, 6-7 at that point. We rattle off 3 straight wins, catch some help, get in the playoffs, and get to the second round. So we had been totally written off in 2018. And then last year, don't forget, in 2019, when we had that horrific loss at Miami, we're 5-7. Again, everybody writes us off. We rattle off 4 straight wins, win the division, and get in the playoffs. So it's way, way, way too early to write off this team at 0-2, but I will admit that Washington loss is just a brutal one. And we're up 17-0. I'll give you the quick recap of that game. But Eagles are up 17-0. We're going up and down the field. And then just before halftime, with the ball on first down, Carson Wentz threw a horrible pass to John Hightower, who doesn't fight for the ball, gets intercepted, swings the entire momentum of the game, and things just go south real fast for the Eagles in the second half. Again, Carson Wentz did not play well at all in the second half, and I don't understand why we kept playing John Hightower. He has been terrible since he came in. But anyway, that's the brief recap of the Redskins game. It just went south because it started off so well. Goddard was amazing. Erskes a touchdown in the first half, and we're up 17-0. I thought we were on cruise control, and then it just all fell apart. 2 bad Carson Wentz interceptions in that game. And so then we moved on to the home opener against the Rams, and I'll tell you what, the Rams offense really came out looking amazing. And I wonder about that loss of Malcolm Jenkins because the defense just looked lost, especially in the first half to the Rams. They built a 21-3 lead. We got a touchdown to make it 21-9, and we catch a break when Cooper Kupp fielded a punt at his own 3-yard line like a moron, and then proceeds to make it even worse by fumbling. We recover. We go in. It's 21-16 Rams. Get to halftime. The Rams go 3-and-out to start the third quarter. We get the ball. We're starting marching down the field. We're at the Rams, 25, 30-yard line, and then Carson Wentz throws a horrible interception in the end zone. He has to throw that ball away. It wasn't there, and he didn't do it, and it swung the entire momentum of the game back to L.A., and the Rams, I got to give it to them. They played really, really well, and Carson Wentz just wasn't good enough again. And obviously now we lose Jalen Reagor to a thumb injury. He's had surgery. I think it was on Wednesday. He's out. Looks like they might get him back after the bye. We're really struggling on the receivers again. It's Deshaun, and then it's Greg Ward again, who I actually really like. I think he's underrated, very underrated. Hightower, I think, is terrible. We activated Deontay Burnett, so he's going to play at receiver as well. And then it comes down to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who has been possibly a catastrophic bust. I mean, the numbers are just horrible for Whiteside so far. He just can't get open. He's not even a factor on the field. So that's really, really cause for concern. But again, it's way, way, way too early to give up on this team. One other example off the top of my head, too, if you look back to 2006, if you remember, when McNabb blew out his ACL, and we were 5-6, and Jeff Garcia is the quarterback. Everybody counted us out. There were 3 straight road games at the Redskins, at the Giants, and at the Cowboys, all in a row, late that season, and we won all 3 when people gave us no chance to win those games, and we clinched the division, go to the second round of the playoffs. So it's just examples of why you should not give up hope at all, and don't listen to the talking heads on ESPN and all the sports radio, because they're clowns, they're uneducated. You listen to the Vegas Eagle, because I will provide you with true knowledge and perspective. And I guess I also wanted to take a look quickly at the schedule here. Now, I know obviously I penciled in those first 2 games as wins, and they didn't work out. But a lot of times, the schedule doesn't pan out the way you think. And I'm going to give you some more reason to be optimistic. Okay, so for Sunday, we got to beat the Bengals. I mean, we're home. Joe Burrow has, he threw the ball 65 times against the Bengals 10 days ago on that Thursday nighter. Maybe he's going to be a good quarterback, but there's no way he should be coming into Philadelphia and winning this game. I really think the Eagles should win this one comfortably, 24-7, something like that. And let's get the offense back on track and get the defense to get some confidence and cause some turnovers, because the Eagles have only forced 1 turnover, and that was on special teams last week on the Cooper Kupp fumble. We have no other. The actual defense has forced 0 turnovers. That's not the way you win in the NFL. You have to force turnovers, and of course, you can't turn the ball over. So, but again, if you look after the Cincinnati game, the Niners. Now, I penciled this as a win anyway, but they are going to be depleted. We'll see if Garoppolo plays Sunday with that high ankle sprain, but Nick Bosa's out for the year. Raheem Mostert might not play in this game. So we'll see. That could be another solid. We could be 2-2 before you know it. Then, I mean, obviously these 2 games are really tough at the Steelers and the Ravens. That's panning up to be 2 very, very difficult games, just like I thought. So maybe the Eagles can split one of those, and you make up one back for the 2 that you lost up here. The Giants look like a disaster. Of course, the Cowboys game is going to be monumental here in late October in Philadelphia. Then again, you get the Giants. They're terrible. Saquon Barkley out for the year. That's their whole offense. So they're going to be a joke. So this is going to be 2 wins. At the Browns, I mean, they really haven't impressed me so far. I really don't think Baker Mayfield is the truth. They look pedestrian. So I still think that's going to be a win. Seattle, this is going to be a real tough one. Russell Wilson just looks so good so far. So we'll see how that one goes. At Green Bay, again, I think this is definitely going to be a loss. The Packers look unbelievably way better than I even thought they were going to be. The Saints, though, they have looked skittish. So maybe this game that's an L here, we could swing that one to a win and make up one for the other one of these losses at the beginning. At Arizona, which I told you in my earlier episode, I think this is the game of the year. I think this is the game that swings us from maybe winning the division to not winning the division. I really think this is key. The Cowboys, again, I think this is going to be a split. And I'll tell you right now, there's no way the Redskins are sweeping us. So that's going to be a W too. So again, the seasons will shape up, and who knows with injuries, too. There's injuries can always make a gigantic difference. And again, who knows? Maybe something happens to Kyler Murray or something like that, or Russell Wilson. And like some of these games that could be losses could swing into wins to make up for these two. So the bottom line is we're 0-2, but we're one game out of first place. So don't lose hope. We're going to get this W on Sunday. Turn the season around. Once you get the first one, we can start to get the snowball running and start piling up some wins and saving the season. So we got to get the first one Sunday, but if we get the first one Sunday, I'm telling you we can start rolling. And I believe in Carson Wentz. I truly do. He had 2 bad games in a row. Let's not forget how amazing he was in 2017. And even last year, remember, this guy won the division with an offense that was so decimated with injuries that it's just a shame that we didn't see how he could have done against Seattle in the playoffs when he got the concussion. So, again, the bottom line is we're one game out of first. Do not lose sight of that. And maybe we can get Jalen Hurts in the offense, too, a little wildcat. He played a few snaps against the Rams, so maybe we can have him make some plays, too, and kickstart the offense. But, again, Carson Wentz is the quarterback. Don't listen to those morons who think that we should bench Carson Wentz. This guy is the truth. He had 2 bad games. I have full faith that he's going to turn it around. All right, everybody. I'll try to give you a recap after the Cincinnati game and get this going. Sorry I missed a recap after the Redskins game or the racist, the Washington football team or whatever. So I'll be here back with another episode real quickly. Go Birds. Fly, Eagles, fly.